Hi there, how's it going? So I showed you how to build the basic level that we were kind of messing around with before. What I'm going to do now is kind of close this off. I want to show you some of the things we can do using the stuff that we've got already in Unreal Engine 4. So for that I'm going to need this fella here, and I'm also going to import a second piece that I have. So over here I've got a few files that I've just got sitting around not doing very much, like Final Arch-A, High Poly and Ship 1. So let's go to Ship 1 first. I'll just click OK. And this is just a low polygon prop that's going to come in useful. So if I just have a quick look at it here, this is a very old piece that I've got knocking around. I've had it for a few years. And go to Unwrap UVW. It was made by someone who was on my Wipeout team. And you can see that it's all unwrapped and good to go basically. So if you remember, I was talking about swatches from what the heck's it called, DDO. So if I was to do an import and just import non-native file formats into 3ds Max, and from this I can then go to my Quixel swatches, just get DDO there, and there you go. Now it's quite small, obviously, but that's okay. And what I can do is just crank it up a bit like that. Okay, just like so. And now we can see all the different things that are on here. So we now have some options for what it is we can do with this. Now what I'm going to do is just pull up my material editor, and because this is imported, it hasn't pulled the material in yet. Pick my material from this, and there we go, that's all of these over here. And now what I can do is just, I don't really even need these in here as such. I can just get rid of those because they're still in the scene. Right, so over here now, and I'm going to stick an edit poly on top of this one just to make it a bit easier for myself, and then stick the unwrap on just to make sure it's still unwrapped. Open a UV editor. Yes, it is. Good old 3ds Max. Okay, so if I just convert to editable poly, I'll just collapse that. And if I just go by select, you can see that various different things have different colours. It's actually made out of multiple measures. So let's find something suitable for this. So let's see, galvanized, lead, gunmetal, plastic, glossy, rubber, carbon fibre. I like carbon fibre. Let's drag a carbon fibre to there, and then we can just make sure it's visible in the viewport and just click, and as you can see we now have carbon fibre on there. Now what about the wings? Well, the wings should probably be carbon fibre too, so if we go there and there, assign that. Now down here for these parts, if I just click there and there, there and there, and remember we've done this all before, so it's really ridiculously easy. We are going to, let's see, go over here, and we have a few different things we can use. Don't want terracotta or leather. We could have a plastic, I suppose, or metal galvanized. No. Metal plate, that sounds more likely. Instance that across, and then assign material selection. See, so that's now on there. Now in here where we have these fins, I'll just select those individually, and these ones. And then down here, just going to make sure I get all of them really. There's a few. And I haven't included a modelling tutorial on this. This is all about kind of preparing your assets at this point to get into game. If you followed the Canon tutorial, then I'm fairly sure you can make this without putting yourself in too much of a sweat, to be honest. And zip around and just get these ones. Turn off grid just so I know that I'm not missing anything. And this is just kind of a prop for our scene, remember, we're just putting stuff together. The idea is that we already have our cannon, so I want to have our cannon defend a kind of ship launching facility perhaps. So I'm just going to grab all these, and then over here, let's see, we've got some aluminium there. That's a different kind of metal obviously. Don't want wood or rock or snow. Painted metal, that could be good. There's some painted metal. Ensure that we're showing it in the viewport so we can see that it's been done. There we go. Let's pull back. Now we can see where the glass goes, so we can assign that individually like this. And just go over here and we should be able to find some nice glass. There we are, nice standard glass. Instance. Then with that, just show end result and throw it in. Okay, so that gives us the glass. Now down here where these are, let's go back into our elements again. Lovely little bits these. And I'm going to go with this, which is our plate metal. And same again for these three rear pieces here. And then I think a little bit of chrome would probably be nice. So let's see, we should have some chrome. There we are. Just instance to there. And again, show our end result. And for that, I'll just go in here. Just grow it. Actually, before I do, I should probably grow all the rest of these as well. So, there. There, just get them. Actually, I think I can select these without doing that. Yeah, I can, because these are separate groups. So I'll just assign those to there like that. And then I just have to do this rear one. Just go in here and grow it, and then just assign that to there. So now we have that nice separate piece there. Now then over here where we have our engine-y stuff, so under here and then on here, let's have a look. So that's our engine. Which is actually just those 4 bars there, you see. Not that bit. And for that I'm going to need some sort of rusty looking metal, I think. So see what we've got. And we'll just apply that to that bit. And then for this pipe and this pipe, they should really be rubbery. So let's see what we've got here. What's this? Fabric synthetic. I don't know. I don't want brass. I need something kind of tough looking for this. Leather could do, I suppose. Or fiberglass. Fiberglass, yeah. Rubber. I'm gonna have lubber. There we go, and just again do that and that. So just make sure that all these are visible so that I can see them. Okay, and then turn that off. And now you can see our ship is very basically painted, but nonetheless it is painted. So now what I need to do is I need to save this. So this has just been an import that I did years ago. So I'm going to save this into our folder. So save as, and I need to save it to our UDK5 set. I'm going to save this as, let me see, spaceship unwrapped and textured. And just put in brackets NDO. So I know that it's NDO stuff. Okay, now, if I was to go over here and press 0, this will bring me my render texture. Remember I was talking about this with our other one that we did. So here's our ship here, and I'm going to add our diffuse map. And I'm going to change our diffuse map to 2048 by 2048. That way we get a shed load more details on it. And then if I just click render and continue. Okay, now here's our actual mappy thing itself, and I'm just going to click here, and I will save it as ship base, and then on diff for diffuse, and save it as a target image format, like that. Okay, now if I load up my Photoshop, which will only take a moment or two, and I shall close that off and just open in Photoshop that map. Just gotta wait for Photoshop to be a bit more alive. Come on, Photoshop, be alive. I think it's alive now. So here we go, and I'm going to go over to where I store my stuff. There we are, and here we have my ship base diff. So if I open it up like that, you can see there's quite a lot of shadowing going on there. Another problem is, of course, that the ship is not smooth, so I'm going to probably need to throw on a smooth modifier. And I need to be careful how much smoothing I'm going to apply to this. Probably about 25. No, it's going to need more than that, so I don't want to over smooth it because then it'll become like disgustingly smooth. There, 34 will have to do. Actually, you might even have to go as high as 38. There, and that'll take pipes into account as well. So it's quite a smooth looking little fella there. Okay, now you can see here that we've got a lot of shadowing on our map. If we want to kind of even it out as much as possible, then we really need to render it with kind of an even light as possible. A couple of ways of doing that. One way is just to create a simple light dome. So what I'll do is just create a single circle here and just drag it. So I'm just going to put it here and align it to the actual ship itself, like that. And then I'm going to get some omnis, well, an omni for the moment. Like that. And I don't want to put shadows on it, I just want it to light my scene. And then if I do a shift and I, and I'm going to instance my main light and pick my path, and then I can basically choose how many I'm having on this. So 4 nice ones like that, you see. So with this basic kind of setup that we've got here now, where these are positioned on this path, I don't really need the path anymore. And now if I just actually link these to the path, it'll make it a bit easier. So select all these, and then they'll have their rotation from the center. So select and link to the path, and then Control V just to duplicate it all. Okay, and then again take that one to there, and then get rid of the excess one there and there, and that leaves us this simple lighting box here. So I'll just hit F9. You can see that our lighting's a lot more even than it was now. So that's certainly a start. If I was to hit 0 and let me see, this selected, just do a quick render. Ignore that there's nothing in the target map slot. And there we go, that's much, much better. So I'm going to save this out now as the new ship-based diffuse. Okay, add that. Right, so now what I'm going to do is close those off and get rid of these. Zoom. And now I can go over here to my Photoshop, and over here I can just close this and then reopen it again, or I could have just reloaded the texture. Okay, so this is our nice stuff here, and what I'm going to do with this is firstly create an NDO map, and then after that I'm going to create the DDO stuff that we need from the color map as well. So load up NDO. I'll not update at the moment, thank you. I'm going to have to find, I think I'll have to contact Quixel. I've got a full license for this. Wonder where I put it. Right, so now we need to look at our presets, and here's all our sharp details and all that kind of thing. Let's see what we're going to find that's kind of useful. Chipped metal probably from our active document. Pow. And here we go. Give it just a minute. Doesn't take long, as you know. It just depends, really. I mean, I'm recording, which doesn't help. It's funny, you see, the actual making of the spaceship itself, that's not particularly hard. I mean, you can see it's quite a low polygon affair anyway. As I say, that one was created by a member of the UT3 Wipeout team, but it's a lovely little piece. Right, let's add some dents. Not too many. Some chips. There we go. Oh, that's quite nice, that. Okay, so now we have a new photo normal and we have our ship-based diffuse. So what I can do is I can save this. So file save as, and then let me see. I need to go to my TGA, and we've got our ship-based diff and our ship-based spec now. Okay. And now with this, of course, we can convert it to some other useful things as well. So we've got our ambient, our specular, possibly cavity, height all round, height for hard surface. I'll take off that one then. And we can do this from the active document if it doesn't crash it, which it might do. It's not tileable. Click. Now sometimes it crashes when it's doing the hard surface one for me. That could be because I need to update though, I don't know. We shall see. A lot of this is just the kind of automated stuff where Quixel does all the work for you. Again, I've said it before, just pretend to be typing really fast, you know. Clatter, 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 clatter. I don't think we really need a displacement map, but it's going to try and make one anyway. And it would be so wrong. Our ship would be lumpy and weird. Come on, you. I remember I had the early version of Quixel, and that thing was good fun as well. Used to really enjoy watching it do stuff. I'm just going to pause while I wait for this to finish, because it is still going. Oh, I think we're done. So we have calculated diffuse map, which is all wrong. Specular map, which is quite shiny, so I'm going to keep that. See, file, save as, and I'll keep this as our basic specular. Ship-based spec. It's always best to have a few of these, you see. Cancel, hang on. I'll save as. diffuse. Specular, that should be normal. Duh, rename. We know that one. And now I can call this one ship base spec. There we go. There's our normal there. Make sure that it is still that one. Okay, and the height map's kind of a bit laughable, really. I don't think that's going to do much, but we can keep it anyway if we want. So, and that'll be ship height. So you can see how already we're kind of coming up with these designs really rapidly. We could even put patterns and stuff on the wings if we want, but I'm not going to today. So now we're going to bring this down. Until that leaves us with just ship base diff.tga. And before we do much else, I'm going to also export this. So I'm going to find out where the actual pivot is on this, because I need it central to my ship. So effect pivot only, sent to object, effect pivot only off. And then I'm going to export it, and I'm going to export my selected object, and I want to stick it in here where these are, and I'm going to call it ship1 and export it as a filmbox file. Okay, just keep everything more or less as it was. Yeah. Don't care about that because I'm creating the material separately. Right, now over here I'm going to click on DDO. And that will allow me to bring my ship in as a preview model once the Marmoset engine is loaded up. So, new texture base. Click. For our mesh, I'm going to go here. It's only let me do OBJ files. No, let's see if I can export this as an OBJ file. Let's see, export, selected, ship1 as an GW OBJ file, export, done, pull it in. Okay, now color map, remember we've got one of those, that's our basic diffuse, okay, for our ship, so ship base diffuse. Tangent space normal, well that's just our normal map we generated already using the other one. Don't need any of those fellows. Okay, so material definition, model kit primer, nice. Load legacy preset, do we have any? Yes we do, beautiful. So now we can look through these and see if there's anything that I prefer the look of. And I've always liked the Normandy, to be fair. So we'll have the Normandy. And we're going to create all these maps here. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's shake and bake. And I'm feeling kind, so I think I'll probably even pause just for you. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because it's gone on for a bit anyway, we're nearly at 25 minutes, and it's going to take a while to do this. I mean, it's been doing it now for about 5 minutes anyway, and it's still just working on red accents. We'll stop here, and I'll see you in the next part.